Hello gamers world, it's Adventure Rules, and welcome back to playing every NES game. Today we're finally playing the big daddy of them all, Super Mario Brothers. The game that changed the game industry forever. Let's get it going. This game is iconic and it's celebrating its 40th anniversary this year, which is exciting. Can't wait to see what Nintendo was planning to do for that 40th anniversary. So they did Jack Kraft for Donkey Kong's 40th anniversary. And the 35th anniversary of Mario was a disappointment to say the least. Like half the games they released for the 35th anniversary were Thanos out of existence by Nintendo. Once the 35th anniversary was over. Whatever. Let's go. Alright. Alright. Grab the fire flower. You know, Mario was really supposed to have a gun in Super Mario Brothers. I'm not even joking. Mario was really supposed to have a gun in Super Mario Brothers. He also was really supposed to fly in a cloud in that game. In this game. Like, this game. And originally he was going to use up to jump. This game is going to be a very different game in development. From the early development of it. I'd love to see some of those early prototypes. Although I think Nintendo was too much of a hoarder with them. Like a dragon hoarding their precious. Actually, I said a dragon, not gold. Whatever. Like, whatever, girlfriend. Anyways, let's go to the warp zone. Oh boy. You know, World 4 and the original Super Mario Bros. Are supposed to be World 1, believe it or not. At least I think that was my only like reference for that is TV tropes, and I'm not sure how accurate TV tropes can be in terms of. I mean, let us try with them before, so. Alright. Let's go. Oh boy. Oh, that was stupid. Right, freaking spiny. So check before I got to that. Yeah, bumped him away. Didn't mean you need to do that, but that was serendipitous. Horns! Let's go. Tiku, tiku, tiku. Anyone else remember, like, Mario Twins? Boy, that video was a trip back in the day. Memories of early 2000s Flash videos. Gosh, it was a simpler time. All we really had to worry about was Bush invading Iraq. Early 2000s was such a simpler time. Regardless, we'll be looking back in the past with low tinted glasses. Because early 2000s is when I grew up, so I was born in 1994, and early 2000s was basically my childhood, literally was my childhood. Alright. Jump there. Jump around. Around. Oh boy, that was... Oh god. I think I made it boo-boo. Made it boo-boo. Made it boo-boo by Bulbar. Oh well. I guess I'm not skipping ahead on those levels then. Not like I was gonna beat this game in this session anyways. Alright. Oh boy. Oh, that was stupid. That was so stupid. I thought my running had enough momentum to carry me onto there, but nope. Alright, start again. Let's start again. Oh yeah, speaking of Goombas, you know Goombas were actually the last enemy introduced in the original Super Mario Brothers? Yeah. They're the last enemy, their last enemy added to the game. It's funny because they're the most basic enemy in the game. Because they decided that the most basic enemy in the game up to that point, the Koopa Troopa, required a two-step process to defeat. They wanted an enemy that was more simple, even with a simple stomp. So they created the Goomba. It's funny, the Goomba was actually added, and when the Goomba was added to the game, there wasn't a whole lot of space left in the cartridge. So the Goomba is just given one sprite that they flip back and forth to make it simulate as walking. Yeah, the Goomba doesn't have any actual animation. It's just one sprite that they flip back and forth to make it look like it's walking. A lot of games had tricks like that back in the day. In fact, a lot of things were defined by technical limitations. In fact, Mario's design came from as a result of technical limitations. Like, Mario's design for the original arcade came from technical limitations because he was given a hat so they wouldn't have to draw blocky hair, given a mustache to make his face look. He was given a mustache large enough to make his face distinct. And so they wouldn't have to draw a mouth. He was given overalls to make a good distinction between his like upper body and lower body, I believe. Overalls to make a good distinction between like his legs and his arms. He was given gloves as a way of like, because his I don't know why he was given gloves, but like most of his design traits came from technical limitations of the time. They distinctly cared to design with what little space they had. I always go for the warp zone whenever I play this game. I don't think I've ever seen World 2 and 3 in a long time. I used to, like, this is actually one of the first games I played as a kid. Except I played the deluxe version of the Game Boy Color. Which was a pretty good port, all things considered. Sure, it suffered from a bit of screen crunch, but it was kind of unavoidable given the system it was on. Regardless, the deluxe version of the Game Boy Color had a lot of cool features in it. Like it had stamps you could collect by performing various actions. It basically had an achievement system. It essentially had an achievement system back in the 90s. It was pretty cool. It also had the entirety of Super Mario Bros. Lost Levels in it, which was called Super Mario Bros. Super Players in that game. It had like bonus modes, like a bonus mode where you can find a hidden Yoshi egg in each level. There was a bonus mode where there were hidden red coins in each level. There was a bonus mode where you raced against Boo. It was a pretty freaking cool, like, re-release / port / remake of the original Super Mario Bros. I wish we just had more stuff. Like, I wish they would like bring that game back on like the Game Boy Switch Online. That'd be really cool because it had stuff that it had more to it than the original Super Mario Bros. Did. Like, if they can have both the Super Mario Brothers, if they can have the original versions of the Mario games along with All-Stars and the Advanced games, they can put Super Mario Bros. Deluxe on the Switch Online. Come on. What the balls? Did I die for being lifted into heaven? That's the sentence I'm trying to say. Mushroom. Only Sakastin mushrooms. I'm not going for like the. I guess I'm not going for the skip straight to World 8, but whatever. World 5. Welcome to Warp Zone. Welcome to bonus stage. The clip that sends fear into the hearts of every non-Kong 64 player. Oh god. Oh god. Oh boy. still have 1 life left. You got your short set life left. That's what I'm counting on. I used to want you dead, but now I only want you gone. I love that song. I love Jonathan Coleman, and I love the Portal games. Form for that Valve can't count to 3. I believe we should remember about 3. The old joke about Valve not being able to count to 3 because none of their games ever have a 3rd installment. I love that joke. Whatever. Valve doesn't really make games anymore. They mostly just like regulate Steam, I guess. They mostly just run Steam. That's most of what Valve does nowadays. Hold A when you press start, and you start from the beginning of the world you were on, instead of having to start from the beginning of the game, which is nice. Oh boy. Oh boy. Grab the star. The star. Star power. Oh, now I'm getting into the Mario movie. The scene at the end of the Mario movie where the Mario brothers get the star and they beat up Bowser while invincible. That was pretty freaking cool. Originally, that scene was supposed to use Jump by Van Halen, which if you watch, there's a YouTube video I seen where they show what that would have been like if Van Halen was Jump by Van Halen was used. And honestly, like, the animation syncs perfectly with the song, which makes it clear that some of the movies, the creators strip said that scene was originally going to contain that song. It's not even a rumor or anything. That's straight been confirmed. So when someone on YouTube basically like made a mock-up of what that would be like, the song syncs up with the animation and that scene absolutely perfectly, which indicates to me that the song was changed to the original Super Mario Bros. Invincibility theme late into the movie's production. Yeah, like the scene syncs perfectly with that song, as it was supposed to. It was originally created with that scene was originally animated with that song in mind. It's not like a Pink Floyd's The Wall Wizard of Oz thing. I remember one time I was talking with a bunch of people at work about, we were having like a chat at lunchtime about that whole thing with the Pink Floyd's The Wall. And our contractor, our contractor was there eating with us, and I was saying that people often debate what part of the song you need, what part of the movie, when you have to start syncing. Like when this song starts, when the Pink Floyd's Wall album starts singing The Wizard of Oz, some say it's near the beginning of the movie, some say it's after the credits, some say it's when she first gets to Oz. And then our contractor said, it starts syncing when the LSD kicks in. Which I thought was really funny. It was really funny because, yeah, anyone that will listen to Pink Floyd's The Wall and do that definitely is going to be the person that will take LSD. Whatever. Booyah! Booyah! Alright. Roll 5-3. Bullet Bills, Bullet William. I love how in Super Mario World there's an enemy called Torpedo Ted, like Bill and Ted. I think it's pretty funny. And Torpedo Ted only appears in one level. One level that's you're probably not gonna see in your first playthrough because it's a hidden level. Which means that most people only get to see Torpedo Ted for the first time in the ending credits when it shows all the enemies. Which I believe does create a sense of intrigue to them. There might be more to this game than I thought. Which is cool. Also, to say more fun trivia about Super Mario Brothers, the bush and the clouds do the same sprite, just recolored. A lot of this game was, like, it's amazing that they were able to get this game to fit on the kind of size of cartridges they had at the time. Keep in mind, the original Donkey Kong had a hard time fitting on the NES, but it had to remove a level. So fitting this on an NES cartridge of 1985 is definitely short of impressive. The next game basically took up almost the entire space of the freaking cartridge. That was stupid. Should not have tried to do that. Should have tried to do that. There we go. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, I'm playing this on the Nintendo Switch Online because I tried to play these games the legitimate means whenever I can, whenever necessary. I don't like using emulation. I use like legitimate means to play these games whenever possible. And in case you noticed, from the last time I used the capture card to record these, I fixed the problem with the delay, the audio delay, which is nice. Yeah, I haven't used this. I haven't used this since I think one of the first 20 episodes of this. So yeah. Also, I find it funny that Super Mario Brothers is the 64th NES game. It's like they were predicting the Nintendo 64 right from the beginning. Alright. Hammer Bro. Oh god. You know, there's actually an Easter egg a whole lot of people don't know about Hammer Brothers. People don't know about Hammer Brothers and Super Mario Brothers. I'm gonna try to demonstrate. Bully. Got sprung right into the freaking bullet bill. Destroy my life. I don't even know if that makes sense, whatever. Alright. If you just stand here and wait for, I think, about 100 seconds? 100 in-game seconds? Just stand here and wait while the Hammer Brothers there. Stand here and wait. Eventually... Yeah, let's keep on waiting. It takes a while. Right. Just stand and wait with the Hammer Brothers throwing hammers. And don't go forward. I hope this works with this Hammer Brother. I've seen this work online, but I don't know. Oh yeah, this Hammer will be fed up with you and start charging at you. See? That's what I wanted to show you. The Hammer Brother will get fed up with you just standing there and will charge right at you. I'm surprised they even had secrets like that in a game like this. I don't even know if you call it an Easter egg. Would that be an Easter egg? It's a little bit of hidden enemy behavior. But yeah, if you just stand there waiting, the Hammer Brother will just charge you. I do not like Hammer Brothers. I find them a pain in the butt to get past. I can get over the Hammer Brother well before this invincibility wake starts wears off, which I don't think I'm able to, which I don't think it's even possible. Yep, see? It wore off. Oh, wait. Oh, right, 5-2 was where the Hammer Brother was, right. My mistake. There's such scarcity of power-ups late in the game. I always wondered why Nintendo never made a remake of Super Mario Brothers. Like, I think that would be a logical thing to do, but, like, other than, okay, they made the All-Stars version, sure, and they also made Super Mario Brothers DX, but I'm talking, like, a full-on remake in, like, the style of like, the Super Mario Brothers, like, new Super Mario Brothers games, or, like, Super Mario Brothers Wonder. Like, wouldn't that be amazing? Or maybe, like, I don't know, like, it's been a long time since Nintendo ever attempted to make a remake of this game. There's already technically 2 remakes of it. Those being Super Mario All-Stars remake and the Super Mario Bros. Deluxe on the Game Boy Color, which I count as a remake because it has so much many more features that aren't in the original version. Even though it has the same art style, it has the same graphics, it has enough graphics to update because the Game Boy Color couldn't do that. But it does feature like a whole bunch of cool stuff, which I think is nice. Which I already went over earlier. Oh, now I'm underwater. This song I believe comes from a piece of classical music. What inspired this? In fact, a lot of Koji Kondo's work is inspired by other music. Like, there's like playlists on YouTube of like music that might have inspired Koji Kondo. Well, that sucked. Whatever. Jump it! Oh, that was close. That was too close. I was on the Mario sandwich. Alright. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Alright. There we go. I find it amazing how well the original Mario Bros. Has aged. I mean, it hasn't aged perfectly. It's probably one of the... Honestly... Like, it's incredibly basic compared to later Mario games, but it was the first of its kind. Well, it wasn't the first platformer, or even the first side-scrolling platformer. The first side-scrolling 2D platformer was Pac-Land, which was, as you might expect, a Pac-Man game. That was the actual first side-scrolling 2D platformer. But it's amazing how much of even games today take influence from Super Mario Bros., even if they don't realize it, because a lot of the games they take inspiration from took influence from Super Mario Bros. Like, this is one of the most important games ever made. You have to understand that Super Mario Bros. Is one of the most important games ever made. The video game industry, it wildly changed the video game industry as a whole. Sure, if it wasn't for Super Mario Bros., the video game industry would have come... Like, people say that saved the industry from the crash of '83, but honestly, there are a couple of things about that. First of all, video games would have come back eventually anyways, even without Nintendo. Video games would have come back eventually anyways, even without Nintendo. After all, like, there's no way an entire medium like that can just disappear and be something as a fad, especially when it was still going pretty strong in UK and in Japan. Like, if it wasn't for, like... I'm just saying, like, people always say if it wasn't for Nintendo, the video industry would be dead. I don't think it'll be dead. Someone else would have revived it. Someone else would have revived the video game industry, I'm certain. Because video games are such a thing that they're not gonna just die like that. It was gonna be brought back in some way, and even though it wouldn't be until a few years later. Somebody else would have brought back video games to the US market in some way. Even if it took like a decade for that to happen. Video games would still come back. It might not be the same as they are now, but video games would still exist, I'm pretty sure, without Super Mario Bros. Oh boy. And boom! Boom, baby! Boom, baby! Fireworks! Those come when your timer has ends with a certain number. I forget what the numbers are. The 3 numbers that if your timer ends with, you'll get fireworks. And the amount of fireworks you get depends on which of those 3 numbers it is. Holy! I don't like Hammer Brothers. Let's try this again. Much more with feeling. Kick the shell. Kick some shell. What is this? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Oh, crap. Ugh. I remember seeing this thing of this video. I mean, it's an image someone drew of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles beating up Mario after Mario beat up a bunch of Koopa Troopas. You know, because they're turtles. I don't think the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles would get along with Mario. I mean, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mario is... I wonder, in some country, was there ever like an officially licensed crossover between Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Mario? Have to know, like there's some weird crossovers between certain games of the time. Like, in like comics and stuff. Like, the German Club Nintendo comics had some wild freaking crap. A lot of them are still not translated into English. A lot of them are still not translated into English. There we go. A lot of them are still not translated into English because, well, they were originally in German. But those German Club Nintendo comics are freaking wild. I looked up some of them on Mario Wiki. Like, there's one where they show the origins of Mario, where Dr. Light, yes, the one from Mega, Dr. Light ended up accidentally creating Wario after trying to cure Mario from a disease that made him pixelated. I'm serious, that's straight up how Wario was created in the German Nintendo comics. Like, Dr. Light accidentally created him. Like, Dr. Light, the one from Mega Man. Apparently he and Mario know each other. I guess there wasn't really a Mario equivalent at the time of like a professor character. If it was made more recently, they could have Professor Egad, but it wasn't really like an equivalent to Dr. Light in the Mario universe, but I guess that's why they used him. Another one of those Nintendo comics, like, they would also have Mario crossed over with Bomberman, then again Wario himself crossed over with Bomberman in Wario Blast on the Game Boy. Even though that game was actually just the North American version of a Japanese Bomberman game. There's a Bomberman game on the Game Boy that they thought it would sell better if they put Wario in it in the West. So that's why they did it. They put Wario Blast featuring Bomberman. Even though it was originally Bomberman, they just added Wario into it. The term Wario Blast became Anton Blast. You know, with how popular games like Anton Blast and Pizza Tower have gotten, it's only a matter of time before Nintendo realizes their popularity and brings back Wario Land. At least I can hope. As a huge Wario Land fan, I really hope that eventually they're going to bring back Wario Land. I'm like the only person I know that's ever played Wario Land. The only person I know that's ever played Wario Land. I freaking love Wario Land. The only person I know that's ever played Land. None of my friends, even those that play a lot of video games, which are a lot of my friends. Most of my friends play video games, to be honest. But none of my friends really, have ever played Wario Land. It's a shame, because I love that freaking series to death. And I'm so glad that that's getting more attention to the Pizza Tower and Anton Blast. Of course, those games are, they may be taking inspiration from Wario Land, but they're not the same as the Wario Land games, which is why I hope that Nintendo will take the message and see how good those games are doing and bring back Wario Land. One can only hope. Even better, to pull a Cadence of Hyrule and have Torta Pizza or Summit Spear develop the next Wario Land. That could happen. That could definitely happen. Like, there's precedent with Cadence of Hyrule, like I mentioned, how it's a crossover between an indie game and The Legend of Zelda. Nintendo will give indie developers their IPs. We have precedent for it. Will give indie developers their IPs and think they're worthy of using them. So I'd love to see a Wario Land game made by Summit or Torta Pizza. That would be amazing. Freaking amazing. Oh boy. There we go. I'm always so anxious to try to run past, even though if you time it right, it's actually not that hard to get past a single Hammer Brother. Like I said, not that hard to get past a single Hammer Brother if you time it right. Just it's still really nerve-wracking. Whenever I do a Hammer Brother, it's always so freaking nerve-wracking. Ugh, and I got hit by a hammer. funny. Hammer Brothers are like hammers are often associated with, of course, Hammer Brothers. But hammers are also associated often with Mario himself, as he used one in the very first game he appeared in, Donkey Kong. Which I like to think, like, if you think about it, technically the Mario series is a spin-off of the Donkey Kong series, not the other way around. Technically the Mario series is a spin-off of the Donkey Kong series, not the other way around. Since Mario's first appearance was in the original arcade Donkey Kong game. So yeah, technically the Mario series is a spin-off of the Donkey Kong series, not the other way around. And we haven't had a new speaking of which, we haven't had a new Donkey Kong game in like 10 years. I think 10 years since Tropical Freeze came out, which is the last Donkey Kong game we got. We haven't had a brand new Donkey Kong game in that long, which is disappointing. Oh gosh. I like to think of the Mario vs. Donkey Kong games, at least the first one. I like to think of at least the first Mario vs. Donkey Kong as being part of the Donkey Kong series. Because, well, it is technically part of the Donkey Kong series and part of the Mario series. I don't think of them as Mario series, I think of them as main series entries in the Donkey Kong series. At least the first Mario vs. Donkey Kong, which plays like Donkey Kong for the Game Boy. Like, Donkey Kong for the Game Boy is a completely different game from the original arcade Donkey Kong. Like, it starts off as a remake of the original arcade Donkey Kong, but after you rescue Pauline, it turns into a completely different game. With completely new mechanics, and like I said before, Mario vs. Donkey Kong on the Game Boy Advance is basically a sequel to it, as it plays very similarly to Donkey Kong on the Game Boy, also known as Donkey Kong 94. And it came out in 1994. Which is weird considering it's also the same year Donkey Kong Country came out. It actually came out before Donkey Kong Country. So it introduced things like DK's tie before Donkey Kong Country did. I still find it weird that Nintendo considers the Super Mario Brothers series, the Mario series, to start with Super Mario Brothers, considering that Super Mario Brothers is actually like the 5th game Mario was in. This is actually like the 5th game Mario was in. Despite the fact that it's considered the first Mario game, which is not really. I always said Super Mario Brothers is not the first Mario game. I understand why it's definitely one of the most important Mario games, don't get me wrong, and it definitely started like the Super Mario series as we know it, but it was not the first Mario game. There was Donkey Kong, then there was Mario Brothers, then there was Wrecking Crew. So yeah, this is the 4th game that Mario started. This is the 4th game that Mario started, I think. Were there any others? I can't think of any. This is the 4th game that Mario started after Donkey Kong. It is also the 5th game overall that he was in. No, 6th game. It's the 6th game that he was overall in. Because he also was the villain of Donkey Kong Jr. And he's playable in the bonus levels of Pinball. So yeah, this is the 6th game that he's been in. Even though it's the first game in what they consider the true Mario series, which I think is interesting. Alright. Let's continue. That was interesting. I'm interested in a little bit of information. I'm going fast! Go fast, Sonic! Oh, by the way, the reason Sonic the Hedgehog was actually inspired by Yuji Naka trying to see how fast he can get through the first level of Super Mario Brothers. That's what inspired Sonic the Hedgehog. Regardless, I think I'll end it off here. 34 minutes seems like a good place to stop. I'll give this game an S for Super Mario Brothers. This is Dimension Rule saying ciao.